I'm recording.
Hell yeah.
Banana bread, dude.
I was thinking more Tucson crossfaded.
Working out us.
Sticking blitzes, dog. Hell yeah. Sticking blitzes. Welcome back.
Welcome back
to Am I the Asshole? Hosted by The Lousy Show. That's us.
That's us.
If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon to stay up to date on all things Lousy. We upload 3 times a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. If you're returning, welcome back. We'd love to see you, Lousy listeners. Good to see you again. Only the ones who've been here for a while remember sticking blitzes. So if you want to know about that, what was the episode? Oh Lord, it was a podcast.
Yeah, we were talking about your trip, your work trip.
Yeah,
and that was checks notes. Yeah. It was
a couple months ago,
February, and then we talked about it after that. So it was probably somewhere around the 25th or so, give or take.
Yeah, just go back and watch. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Recommend going to watch it. It was a funny episode.
It was really fun.
I cannot do that anymore.
I was surprised you did, honestly.
Look, I got overzealous. I don't know if I ever told you this. I'll say this real quick, and then of course we'll get back to the regularly scheduled programming. I don't know if I ever told you, but I actually had a one-on-one meeting with my boss after that, and I explained that I enjoyed the trip, and he said, "That's awesome. You know, I think it was a great trip." And I was like, "Yeah, I admit I was terrified during that meeting." For those wondering, the night after I got sticking blitzes, hell yeah. I was in a meeting with the entire department that I'm in, and I had to present that I didn't find out I had to present until that morning I was in there. So if you want the whole detail of the story, go watch the episode. But I told him, I said, yeah, I was genuinely terrified. And he said, why? And I was like, I was still drunk. And he goes, wait, what? And I went, yeah, I was still drunk, dude. Like there was no way around that one. And he was like, you handled yourself so well. And I was like, I don't know. He goes, dude, you had a mic drop moment that had the entire room applauding you. And I was like, what do I say, baby? What do you say? Like, never want to do that again. The fear that was in me was, never want to touch it again. What I do want to touch, though, is more into the AM, baby.
Pause.
Clothing. You already know what it is. We're proudly partnered with Into the AM, have been for a long time, plan to do so for a much longer. If you're new here, you've never heard us pitch this to you before, but buckle up because it's a lot of fun. You and everybody else who's been here before can go into the description or in the pinned comment to intotheam.com/lousy to get you some dope shirts like this. I love this right here.
I almost put that one on today. I was like, you know what, let me do a hoodie. So
the ESPN was, man.
It was just a little blurry, like a little bit of static on that connection.
Yeah, it was a little delay. Yeah. You know? You can also get hats like that.
Yep.
You're not wearing the hoodie though. What hoodie are you wearing?
It's Into the AM basics.
Oh,
hoodie.
You are wearing the hoodie. Okay. Say less.
Okay.
Say less. My bad. But you can get a bunch of cool stuff like that and more. Again, in the link in the description or in the pinned comment, intotheam.com/lousy. And when you get there, Sam, what do they get?
Yeah, if you want to pick out any of those t-shirts, hats, hoodies, underwear, anything, we got a little treat for you. You get 10% on top of whatever sale they're running. Off, I should say. 10% off if you use our code LOUSY, LOUSY, at checkout. So not only do you get to already save some money with whatever savings they're running, but then you get an extra 10% on top of that. And so you get to look good and save some money on the way.
Yep. Again, intotheam.com/lousy, intotheam.com/lousy. Go check them out while you're listening to us. If you're on a computer, you can have 2 windows open. If you're on your phone, just have us playing in the background. Whatever works. But equally as important, and this is a PSA to everyone out there to take care of your favorite creators and uninstall that piece of garbage app, Honey. Fuck Honey. I don't like it. Get it out of here.
Get out of
We
here.
We stand on all 10 toes on that. All 10 toes.
I got 9.5 at best.
Them fucking bunions, man.
I was thinking just more like my little like poor excuse for a pinky toe.
I guess in some cases a bunion could technically count as an extra toe, depending on how big it is.
No.
Oh, well, I believe that concludes our ad reads.
Yep. You say that plural like we have more than one.
Right. Maybe one day. But today's topic, we have not talked about this in a while, Sam.
Nope. Since August of last year.
Since August. Yep. And this one is going to get a little spicy, I'm sure.
Spicy.
Thankfully, I would say that based on the topic, we aren't going to get too heavy with it. You actually saved me from getting heavy with one of them when we were proofreading.
I think you're potentially counting your chickens before they fucking hatch.
This is fair. Today's all about those dirty, dirty liars.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're just not gonna waste any time. We're gonna get right into it because the juice is loose, and we're gonna see how juicy it is.
Before we do
first,
yep,
yeah. Who won last week? Me?
Probably, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, you did.
You ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Aha. Aha.
I thought about it. In my head, I was like, I should throw a rock. I didn't. I threw scissors. 33.33% repeating percent chance. And I was wrong.
Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're right.
Sometimes it may be good. Sometimes it may be shit.
We are two halves of the same person. Anyway.
We are. We have been for a very, very long time. And we're also going to read some asshole stories right here and right now. Sam, first of three, take it away, buddy.
Number 1, am I the asshole for exposing a neighbor as a liar? A couple of years ago, I needed to earn some cash, so I started offering tutoring lessons in English to children in my neighborhood. This was pre-pandemic. One of the neighborhood moms, Clara, 40-ish, had asked me to tutor her son, 12, because he was falling behind in class. I said, sure, told her my price per hour. She agreed and sent her son to at the agreed date. However, her son told me that I was going to tutor him in math and sciences. I texted Clara and asked her to come talk to me, but she wouldn't answer. Eventually, the kid had to go home. I told him I wouldn't charge him the time he stayed, but I needed to ask his mom to come talk to me ASAP. A few hours later, Clara arrived at my apartment fuming because I hadn't tutored her kid. I told her that I was an English tutor. I had no intentions of tutoring anyone outside of that subject. She threw a fit about me not catering to her needs. I told her she needed to find a proper tutor for her kid. She just left as angry as she arrived, and I left it at that. Fast forward to this year, I began offering tutoring lessons again, but I noticed that the kids from my neighborhood wouldn't ask me for lessons. I still got other students through some of my parents' contacts, but it kept me thinking. Then I learned through my nail tech, Gabby, that there was a mom's WhatsApp group. I had no idea that because I am neither a mom and my mom has no children of school age, which were the requirements to be part of it. And in that group, Clara started talking bull about me. As soon as someone had mentioned that I was offering tutoring lessons again, she would say that I refused to tutor her son and that I secretly hate single moms. I know it sounds ridiculous. I myself couldn't believe it until Gabby showed me the text. I asked Gabby to add me to the group. She did, and I immediately sent screenshots of my conversation with Clara and sent a text explaining my conversations with her and her son. After that, I put down my phone and focused on getting my nails done. When I looked at the chat again, I had been kicked out. Gabby showed me that Clara was frantically trying to pin the blame on me, saying that the texts were fake, that I was set on destroying her reputation, that I was trying to destroy her family, etc. Basically, she was throwing a tantrum. Some moms sided with Clara and sent me scalding texts about me being an awful person to put Clara through that, and others apologized for believing her and asked me if I was still available for tutoring lessons. My mom told me that even if I was pissed and what Clara did was wrong, I shouldn't have exposed her like that in the group chat. That I should have texted her privately and have her apologize to me directly, which I doubt would have happened. Still, I'm having second thoughts about how I handled things. Am I the asshole for exposing her as a liar in the group chat instead of talking to her privately?
Oh. So I'm going to explain why I'm laughing.
I'll say I have no idea.
Do you ever just have one of those moments where a thought from the deepest, darkest bowels of your mind just lurches forward?
Oh, yeah.
I want to preface by saying we had an old co-host in an old show that we did, and we love him and miss him dearly. He's not gone or anything. He's just not on the show.
In memoriam. I'm going to tell him later that you're trying to kill him off.
But our buddy Anderson has this way with words, we'll just say. And when you said, where was the line? Hang on. Something about the WhatsApp group, and that I secretly hate single moms. For some reason, the thought in the back of my head that lurched forward was Anderson going, "Not me, bitch. I love me some single moms." And I could hear it in his voice.
Yeah, he would 100% say that. Yeah.
And I just couldn't help it. That's why I just went like, fuck.
It was hard not to fucking stop.
Here's the thing about this is a classic case of Karen. We all know what Karens are like, but for the sake of adding context to our content, we can simply say they're a Karen. However, I think the further point is this. This isn't just one Karen. This is a mass Karen population that we need to weed out. Okay, you hear me out. Hear me out.
I suddenly don't agree with whatever Joe's about to say.
Just, call the herd. No, kidding.
The thoughts of Joe or that of Joe alone and do not reflect the Lousy show as a whole. Definitely not mine.
All jokes aside, this is some tribalist ass mentality, and it needs to stop. Like, OP did nothing wrong. OP was very clear, concise. Hey, I'm an English tutor. Clara decides, oh yeah, well, you're going to tutor my son on English and science or math and science. No, the fuck I'm not. Like, what do you mean? Like, now you're just a glorified babysitter. Honestly, respect on you even keeping the kid over there that long.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, she just got a free babysitter. I can't talk.
Yeah,
for
like
however long that was, but
I part of me when you were reading it wanted to say everyone sucks, but you didn't do anything wrong. Because even though, yes, you kind of stoked the flame with sending the screenshots of the conversation and a text explaining the conversation, that wasn't toxic. All you simply did was clear your name of something that should never have been a thing to begin with.
Yeah.
So to me, you did everything right. You're not the asshole. And I genuinely hope that your reputation gets built back up, because this is some bullshit.
Yeah, we have said many times in the past, don't escalate. If something happens, just distance yourself and move on. But that's in the scenario of like just some weird petty bullshit. This is, at the end of the day, technically a business, right? And it's a business that is seems pretty clear and straightforward. You tutor English, and that's it. So if somebody is mad at you for not catering to their needs, even though that's not a service that you provide, and then they go and start dragging you, you have every right to defend yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, initially, I agree with you. I was about to say, this is starting to lean a little bit, everyone sucks. But at the end of the day, that's your livelihood. You're earning some money with that. So, and you're not doing anything wrong. You're not saying like, "Oh, you fuck you, bitch. Watch this." You're just like, "Nope, this is actually the conversation. If anybody still wants me, I'm available." And that's it. So, with that, yeah, I think it's a pretty easy not the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong at all. You're providing a great service. Keep it up. Claire is a bitch.
Yeah. This is, I mean, this is where I'll also go the extra mile and say this. People get banned on social media all the time for hate speech, racial remarks, things of that nature there. Harsh things that really affect people. This, like you said, is affecting someone's business and their livelihood. I think because Facebook or Meta owns WhatsApp and Facebook, these Facebook mom groups, these WhatsApp groups, fucking like burn them all. Like, because that's where the toxicity breeds, man. It's a hateful group of people hell bent on maintaining their, I guess their I don't know, reputation, and absolutely destroying anybody who isn't a part of that little cult.
Yeah, it's weird because like I think the intention is always to be a support system for moms, which definitely
and
needed.
It's never that.
But it never turned like a lot. There's, I shouldn't say never. There are a lot of horror stories that come out of these fucking Facebook mom groups.
Yeah.
So tread carefully. OP's not an asshole.
Yeah. And Reddit agrees, not an asshole.
Yep.
Let's see what these comments have to say. First one up here is deleted. Second one says, not the asshole. She asked you to do a job you weren't qualified to do. Would she have got similarly upset with her gynecologist if they'd refused to take her tonsils out? She tried to ruin your reputation in a public forum. It's only reasonable that you take the same route when trying to restore it. I wouldn't even say that OP took the same route. OP just simply provided substance to the truth.
Yep.
Liars will not prosper, and they'll do anything they can to cover their lie, cover their tracks, make themselves look like the victim, or make themselves look as if they never did anything wrong. And this is a prime example of that, where Clara, clearly had drug OP through the mud, and then out of nowhere was like, oh no, those texts are fake. No, she's trying to ruin my family. She's trying to tear us apart. No, she's not. No, you decided to send those texts. You did not listen in the initial agreement. That's on you. And now you're trying to ruin her reputation because you wanted something you didn't get, and you started to stomp your feet because you're a toddler.
Yep.
So
next one here is Not the asshole. As quote, I told her that I was an English tutor. She threw a fit about me not catering to her needs. She's the type of person who walks into a pizza place and demands chicken nuggets for her precious angel, and then leaves a bad and false review online. Another quote. My mom told me that even if I was pissed and what Claire did was wrong, I shouldn't have exposed her like that. Your mom is teaching you a terrible life lesson by telling you that you should allow yourself to be slandered and steamrolled by entitled and irrational people. That only enables them to continue their bad behavior. What is your mom thinking? When someone lies about you to try to take away your reputation and means of income, you do exactly what you did. You call them out on it and present the facts. Good for you for having a good head on your shoulders despite the poor guidance your mother is giving you.
Yeah,
Sure.
OP's actually got a solid head on their shoulders, and that's a very, very valid point. Like,
Yep.
your mom is just as much in the wrong here for enabling that mentality. So,
Yep. Moving on.
Well, moving on.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're here and join the Lousy listeners. And also, click the join button. For $2.99 a month, you can become a Lousy member where you can get some awesome perks, cool emotes, and interact with Sam and I. Also, click the link to join our Discord and have fun with all the other Lousy listeners. Let's get back to the video.
All right.
All right, number 2. Am I the asshole for wasting everyone's time in therapy because I was accused of lying? My mom, her husband, and I, 16 female, are in a group therapy with each other. We started therapy a few weeks after Father's Day because that was the final straw for them to insist we all needed therapy to work on why I won't let us be the family they want. We started at the end of July, and by the end of August, my mom accused me of lying, called me a liar, and laid out this really big sob story about how much it hurt to have me lie to her and do everything in my power to destroy her marriage. It pissed me off so bad. I didn't lie at any point of this. I said as much in the follow-up session, and the therapist asked me to outline my side and how I felt having mom call me a liar. My mom kept trying to interrupt me. She told the therapist to shut up, and she accused me of being a vicious liar then. To give some explanation about the situation, my mom and her husband got married 3 years ago. They moved in together 2 months before. Before moving in, they sat me down and asked me if I was okay with us moving in together and making a family of 3 again. My mom brought up how we'd have a man around the house again. My dad passed away, and how good it would be for her to have a husband and for me to have a dad. And he said he couldn't wait to be my dad, and he always wanted to be a dad. He said he already had plans for us for Father's Day. This was February of 3 years ago. I told him I wasn't with that stuff, that I didn't want another dad, wouldn't let him be my dad, and was not about to spend Father's Day celebrating someone who isn't dad. They started laughing and proceeded as normal, but Father's Day became a struggle because I have not spent the day with him in the last 3 years, and he has tried, so has my mom. I meant what I said. I never called him dad or let him fill the role in my life. This year he snapped and had a temper tantrum and said I was supposed to be with him on Father's Day and not spending the day alone, and he didn't sign up to be nothing to me. My mom called me a liar because she said I promised to develop a close relationship with her husband and that I said yes to wanting what they asked. She said I had said I would give him Father's Day, and I lied, and I have not followed through on any of it. She said I made them think I would be a willing participant, and I wanted us to be a family. It pisses me off because I never said what she claims, and I even repeated what I had said back then. The therapist couldn't get mom to apologize, and she has no control over the sessions where my mom and her husband dominate. So I'm totally silent and I zone out. They only realized this 2 weeks ago. They called me on it, and I spoke up again after more than a month of no talking and therapy to confirm I wasn't listening, and it came up last week, and I said I was done engaging because I was owed an apology for being called a liar. My mom and her husband are pissed that I'm wasting everyone's time letting therapy happen. Am I the asshole?
Remember the whole chickens thing earlier? Told you.
Yep. Yep.
This is a swift and easy, not the asshole.
I'll say it with you. Yeah,
Yep.
not the asshole.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's some really fucking toxic behavior on mom and stepdad's part. The whole line that really fucking pissed me off was I was supposed to be with him on Father's Day and not spending the day alone, and he didn't sign up to be nothing to me. No, he signed up to be whatever he is to you.
I think you and I are both
That's it.
triggered in this one.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
little
for very separate reasons, but we're both triggered.
This is yeah, it's super fucked up. And then yeah, mom's being a raging I'm trying to find the best word here, bitchosaurus.
Cunt.
Come work. I was trying to go beyond like
no, but it cuts deep. It cuts so nicely.
Sometimes
to the bone.
We don't use that word lightly.
Yeah. We break it out for special situations like this.
Or if there's an Aussie in the chat, but
that too. That too.
But yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say here. Yeah, parents are really fucking shitty. OP's doing nothing wrong. Tried to argue her side. It's clearly just falling on deaf ears. Mom's having none of it. The therapist isn't taking control of the therapy sessions. So, I mean, it's not your fault for wasting their time and money because they're insisting on doing it. So.
Yep. Everyone in this scenario sucks but OP.
Yep.
The therapist sucks because part of their job is to maintain order, and control of the session. It's not their job to control the direction of the session per se. Like if you go in there to talk and they ask questions to engage, they may ask questions that that your brain is going to dictate where you go next. They're just taking notes, they're trying to help you figure out what the root of your problem is. But this therapist doesn't give a fat fuck, apparently. The mom, I'm gonna come back to her in a second. The stepdad, can fucking kick rocks. Like you do not. And I've dealt with a stepdad before. Multiples. You do not, under any circumstance, assume the position of someone's dad. Period.
Nope.
Period. There's no moving forward beyond that. If that child or teenager or adult who is the child, the spawn of the other parent, if they say no, guess what the fuck that means? No.
Crazy.
I'll bring this back. No means no. Like, you don't get to dictate who you are in someone's life. That is for them to decide where they feel comfortable having you in their life. Much like it is your responsibility to dictate where they are in your life. You get to choose the narrative for your life, not the other way around. So for all of that, this dude can go fuck himself upside down fucking road, like, what was it? Fucking roadhouse, not roadhouse. Cookout style, fucking steak style. Get sloppy with it, dude. Now, back to the mom. I understand that you may, in some capacity, want to get your nethers betwixt by this raggedy bitch of a dude. That's fine. The same fucking thing goes for you. You don't get to dictate who the other parental figure is in your kid's life. Period. Fucking period. And that's coming from somebody who had to deal with that twice.
Yep.
You don't get to dictate that. And on top of that, the toxic ass behavior. I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. I'm going to cool myself off. The toxic behavior Out of therapy, in therapy, holidays, fucking weekends, 6 o'clock dinner time. Shove it up your ass. Like, ain't nobody got time for it. For the fact that for the fact of the matter is, you're taking the side of a dude who's just porking you and put a ring on it over your own child and not listening to your child's wants and needs as well. Let me be very clear, and this is where I'm going to end my rant right here. Let me be very, very fucking clear to any parents out there. If you're not a parent, you could step aside for a second. For any of the parents out there, when you have kids, everything else in your life goes to the bottom of the list. The top of that list is your fucking kids. Their wants, their needs, the lessons they'll learn, the video games you'll play, the board games you'll play, the trips you'll go on, the memories you'll make. Every single fucking thing you do with your kids comes first. Period. Your kids come first. Everybody else after that. And if you can't fucking get on that, don't have kids. If you can't put your own needs aside to recognize the needs of your kids, don't have kids. Because this person's a prime example of why the fuck they shouldn't have had a kid. They don't deserve their kid. This kid is, honestly, for 16, this kid's really fucking smart. Like, understanding self-worth, understanding where they are, understanding their needs, this is huge. So I'm triggered, man. Oh, damn it. We were so fucking good too. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Reddit agrees.
Yeah.
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Yeah. Get to the comments. Can we just not read the comments and move on? Can we do that?
Oh, we could. It's up to you.
It's up to you too. We're the co-hosts.
I mean, I'm down. I mean, whatever you want to do.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Last one. Hopefully a little more lighthearted, but
hopefully.
We'll see. Am I the asshole for exposing my stepbrother as a liar, which has caused my mom and his dad to fight? Throwaway for obvious reasons. On mobile, please read everything before commenting. Thanks. So me, 15 female, and my stepbrother, 17 male, have never really got on. My mother married his dad when I was 11, and we just never bonded. My mom often tried to encourage us to bond, but he never tried. His dad acted like he was perfect because he always got better grades than me, was better at sports, had better friends and stuff. He had a good, I don't know why they put it like that. That's how they put it. That's not how I read it. And stuff. He was good at good to my mom's and me, but it was clear that his son was super important to him. And it was annoying how much he did for my stepbrother. Well, I found out that he wasn't so perfect. He had been telling our parents that his band practice was being extended by an hour, but I found out that it wasn't true. He had been hanging out with his bandmates and often going home and making out and stuff with one of them, who was a guy. I collected all the evidence I could and left it on the table for our parents to find. It was stuff like pictures of him going out or some screenshots from his friends' stories. Well, they found it, and they were mad. They called him down, and he got in serious trouble for lying to them. After he was grounded and sent up to his room, I heard my mom admit to his dad that she knew he had been lying and sneaking off to see someone, but she thought it was a girl and was mad that she felt lied to. This led to an argument between them, as he misread it as homophobia rather than her feeling tricked and lied to when she did him a favor by letting it slide. The argument got so bad that he sent my mom to sleep in the guest room and then went behind her back and ungrounded his son after they had a talk. I feel so bad now that this has caused a fight between my mom and him. My mom has reassured me that I did the right thing, but I can't stop thinking how it's my fault that she's been kicked out of her bedroom. Did I mess up? Am I the asshole?
I understand you're 15, but I'm going to teach you a lesson right now. mind your motherfucking business.
Yeah.
Sorry, headphone users. Oh my God, dude. Have times changed so much? When you and I were in high school, if we fibbed that, I don't know, fucking chess club ran over an hour, we knew what the fuck we were doing. Our parents weren't fucking stupid. But guess what? We weren't getting into fucking trouble. Neither is the stepbrother here.
Nope.
You want to go make out with whoever the fuck you want to make out with. As long as they consent.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What?
I think this is one of those. This is a really hard lesson to learn because this is probably going to have some nuclear level fallout. But this is one of those very foundation forming experiences where you're going to fucking learn to keep your own fucking shit to yourself and not get into anybody else's business.
A canon event, if you will.
Yes. So yeah, OP's an asshole for sure.
Yeah, you're a fucking asshole. And like,
But I mean, that's like it. I can't fault her too much, just because she is young. Like I said before, you're gonna make some dumb fucking decisions. Just this one's pretty fucking up there. But hopefully everybody can recover from this. I think the really next step is you got to apologize to everybody.
honestly, no. I'm gonna say everyone sucks, but the stepbrother.
Yeah, it's not his fault. That is dad's being a shit lord.
Yeah, everyone sucks, but stepbrother. Here's why. First of all, mom saying this shit. She knew he had been lying and sneaking off to see someone, but she thought it was a girl and was mad that she felt lied to. What's it fucking matter if it's a girl or a dude?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I can honestly see why the dad misconstrued it as homophobia because it's basically fucking homophobia.
Damn close.
Like if it's not, it is very, very close to being.
Like my question is, what would have the punishment been had it been a woman or a girl?
Sounds like it would have been nothing. Because it was nothing. Because she knew it was happening and was totally fine with it.
Yeah.
She was just mad because she made the assumption that it was a girl. Like yeah, wow.
Honestly, I take back what I said. Not everyone sucks. The only people who really are fucking assholes, OP and mom, because the dad took the initiative to go, you know what? You made some homophobic ass remarks. I ain't sleeping with you tonight. You go sleep in the fucking guest bedroom. And then went and talked to his son and was like, hey, look, just don't lie to us anymore. Be honest with us. I'm going to unground you. Because it feels like he was grounded for macking on a dude, not because he lied. Like, he lied, make no mistake. But here's the thing. And as we've said before, lies are only bad if it's for bad shit. Lies are only bad if it's for bad shit. Sometimes, especially when you're a teenager, you go lie to your parents. I've instilled in my oldest, at least, once my youngest gets to that point, I'll instill in him too. I've instilled in my oldest, look, I'd rather you come tell me the truth, even if you think it's going to make me mad, come tell me the truth, because I would rather know honesty and know what's going on than for me to find out you were lying to me and it's a whole lot worse.
Yep.
Like, yes, stepbrother lied. Should have just been honest, like, hey, look, I actually just want to hang out with my friends for an hour after school. Is that cool? If you grade clearly, clearly stepbrother's grades aren't suffering. Sports isn't suffering. They think he has better friends. So why would the parents be like, nah, fuck that? No, he's doing good.
I don't know.
This is, yeah. We're gonna wrap it back. You said it perfectly. This is one of those times, foundational event that they're gonna remember for the rest of their life. Of mind your fucking business.
Yep. And like I said, next step, apologize.
Yes, 100%.
So I'm still saying asshole.
I'm gonna stay asshole because we've whittled it down, and mom's an asshole as well.
Yep. Everyone else also agrees.
Asshole.
Yep.
First comment up here. You're the asshole, jealous and homophobic. Why does it matter that he was seeing a guy? He likely wanted to avoid this exact scenario where he's now been outed and betrayed by his family. Yeah, 100%.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one here is, oh my God, a 17-year-old was hanging out with school friends for an hour a day after school while maintaining his grades. Oh, the humanity. And I quote, he was good to my mom and me, but it was clear that his son was super important to him, and it was annoying how much he did for my stepbrother. This really didn't endear you to me. Another quote, I collected all the evidence I could and left it on the table for our parents to find. This is ridiculously dramatic and creepy. You stalked your brother. Stepbrother. Let's be Another quote, but she thought it was a girl. What the fuck does that matter? So as long as she thought he was with a girl, she was fine with it, but as soon as she finds out he's with a boy, she grounds him. Your mom sucks. Another quote, your mom has reassured me, my mom has reassured me that I did the right thing. Your mom doesn't understand what the right thing was. You're the asshole, and so is your mother. You owe your brother and stepdad a huge apology. Stop trying to sabotage your brother to make yourself feel better. Maybe they can teach you a thing or two since your mom is lacking in this department. Ooh.
Yep.
The reply to that is OP and her mom really are an apple tree situation.
Yes, 100%.
Yep. So you had to jinx it.
I did.
Oh, lighthearted. Oh, funny. Haha.
Yep. I did. That's on me. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. This one was rough, to say the least. Yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. We'll see y'all on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.